Hey critics, you know what time it is. It's time for critical news you can use. I'm gonna start off actually today with Rihanna. Rihanna, everybody's been talking about the whole 2016, like what it was back in 2016. Shout out to 2016. It was a great year for me as well. With the exception, I feel like, of the end of the year when we found out that the leadership was actually going to change, but that's a subject for another day. But 2016, of course, was also when the Anti album came out for Rihanna, and it was the last album that she dropped. So everybody's been waiting for music. They've been thinking that she's actually going to drop new music. However, the rumor really is that she's ready for baby number four. And I know that she just welcomed her third child in September of 25. She recently actually wrote on Instagram confirming that she's leaning towards having a fourth child with partner ASAP Rocky. Now, according to a UK source at Closer magazine, Rihanna was actually caught making a comment under a post that was reportedly posted by, I think it was Love Island star Montana Brown, and it read, "Deciding whether to get hot and sexy or get pregnant in 2026." Rihanna's response: "Wait, so I'm not crazy then? Bet." The star became, of course, a mom in 2022 when she and ASAP welcomed their first son, RZA. Rocky also recently did an interview gushing about the family overall and explaining sort of the difference between the personality of his first son and second son, but also how the new addition to the family has basically melted his heart. They just welcomed a girl, um, Rocky. Now, Rihanna, of course, knows her fans have wanted another album since forever, forever, ever, and ever, ever. But I say live out the few years of this decade as the mogul you are, and then come back with music on like on your own terms. I think you're 37, 38. Yeah, use this decade to handle your business. Rihanna Navy, don't get mad at me. I just think that Rihanna, she was out on the road, y'all, touring for years. Years. There was like an ample amount of time, I think, to see her. Y'all mad. Y'all mad. She deserves a break to be with her family. You know, be a mom. Eat a little, mom a lot, all of the things. There's an article, actually, I believe it's in Us magazine, that talks about the fact that Rihanna is in the studio. She has been making music, but she wanted to actually reflect her current life, which is one of the reasons why she hasn't been in a rush, of course, to release any music in terms of albums, because she has released singles, right? She's been growing, though, her Fenty Beauty brand. It's a $2.8 billion operation, according to the report. And of course, welcoming her three children. She says it's a tricky balance, but she's determined to, of course, figure it out. She's not letting the pressure get to her. If you ask me, every time she's asked on the red carpet about music, she lets you know it's coming, it'll be here, it just ain't here yet. And actually, ASAP Rocky recently did a magazine interview where they talked about the fact that it was his mama that kind of pushed him to be in a relationship with Rihanna, which I did not realize at all. But that's what Who magazine reports, that it was ASAP Rocky's mama that pushed him to talk to the singer when she realized how much he actually liked her. Remember, she was also in that video that ASAP Rocky did like some years ago. It was like the fashion video. I think it was like the fashion killer video. Yeah. The critics are also reminding us that Drake and Rihanna had basically a rocky relationship. And although she is now with Rocky, ASAP Rocky specifically, the rumor is that her and Drake didn't have a clean break. Allegedly. Allegedly. That's alleged. That's alleged. Okay. Now let's kind of go black on the inside of the National Enquirer's February the 16th issue. Up first, hit maker Pharrell Williams, who was actually just at the Grammy Awards. He's actually being sued again by his former longtime partner Chad Hugo, who claims that he's owed $1 million from a 2017 NERD album. Pharrell calls the lawsuit, though, premature and notes an accounting review is in progress. Singer Khalees had some choice words actually for money, or that Pharrell either took from her based off like producing something like that, but basically saying that Pharrell, had owed her money as well. So I guess more to come when it comes to that. And Love Boat star Ted Lang, he says a famous guest star on the show, whom he didn't name, refused to shake hands when they met on set. And then decades later, the snub still stings. So who does that to anybody? That's what he said. That's what he said. The Love Boat. I didn't really watch that show at all. I don't know. I can't remember where I heard that from. I actually heard somebody else sing the theme song of Love Boat. Yeah. It's taking another run. Dun, dun, dun. That's I don't even know if I'm singing it right at this point. Let me stop. Let me just stop. Listen, let me tell you who should stop. At least having kids with other people. Boston Celtics icon Paul Pierce is being sued, y'all, by a Los Angeles event director who alleges that he fathered her unborn child. To prove it, the woman wants the divorced dad of 3 to take a DNA test, and that's all it takes is a DNA test. I know you just not out here fathering children like that. Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. Are you? Are you, Paul? Just out here fathering the children? Well, you know what? The test will tell us the truth about all of the things. And let's talk about the truth of all of the things. Alicia Keys, love the fact that, of course, she did her Broadway show, Hell's Kitchen, which was loosely based off of her childhood growing up in New York. Well, Alicia Keys has basically lost a staggering $8.8 million on her Broadway musical Hell's Kitchen, which ran nearly 2 years, sources tell Straight Shudder. Along with other investors, the 45-year-old poured her own money into the show, which earned a solid $110 million in ticket sales and entertained nearly 1 million fans. But the steep production costs of Broadway musicals meant it never turned a profit. Alicia, of course, is devastated. The tour's North American and Australian tours is supposed to give Keys another chance to recoup her investment. And so it's actually being taken off of New York and is actually going to be doing a Australian tour. So shout out to Hell's Kitchen for that. And I hope that you are able to recoup your money. I'm all about Broadway. Y'all know I come from the world of theater. So, of course, I'm all about Broadway. And I do hope that, Alicia's able to get all of the things worked out, and there's some sort of a revival that happens with Hell's Kitchen. Yeah. As a reminder, y'all, here at the Critic Chronicles, our goal is to provide quality but juicy content from websites, digital magazines, and tabloids, most of which are sourced from our public libraries. Research from the National Library of Medicine show that there are an estimated 17,000 public libraries nationwide, totaling 4 million visits each day. Public libraries are civic organizations that are committed to providing invaluable resources beyond books that are free and open to the public. Get your library card to access thousands of resources today. Also, as a reminder, y'all, we're hosting Blogmas in honor of Black History Month, and we'll release a video every day in the month of February 2026. We're also using this as a kickoff to 1,000 subscribers. So tell a critic of a critic to subscribe, baby. Also, be sure to subscribe to our backup channel, Hey Critics, also linked in the show notes. Thanks again for tuning in to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel, where you get commentary, reviews, and tabloid news. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.